Hi everybody, my name's Sarah. I'm one of the wine buyers that works here at Co-op, and I wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who's been involved in our join-in opportunities this year. We've had such a wide array of projects to get involved with, and we've had thousands of you getting involved, and it's so great to see that you're so keen to tell us what you think, and we've made a lot of changes and taken a lot of input on board as a result. I just wanted to take you through a bit of a summary of what we've done this year. We've been quite busy. So one of the join-in opportunities was when we asked you about packaging and what you thought about things like the weight of bottles, the punt, which is the glass base of the bottom, what you thought about corks and capsules, and then that really enabled us to feed it into what we were doing with our packaging. So we had a really a good example here where, to our surprise actually, a lot of you said that you didn't think it was that important, the punt of the bottle, so as you're in terms of informing your decision of the quality of the wine. So we decided to reduce the punt of the bottle on our fair trade wines because we realised we also had different bottle types of bottle across the range. So we had used less glass, and it's enabled us to take 20 lorries off the road across the course of a year. We also asked you what you thought about corks, and one of the things we've done is, because you said you liked screw caps because it was easier to open, but we also wanted to work with producers, for example here in Portugal, where the cork trade is really important to the local industry, but you had said you wanted that ease of opening. So we've tried something new here as well, and we've got this Portuguese wine from the Douro Valley, the same region that makes port, and a cork that is like a screw cap. So it enables us, those of you that say that cork is a good thing for quality and you want to still see wine in cork, but we're also taking on board what you said about wanting to be able to open it easily. So it's just a little one can twist out and reseal it, and it makes it nice and easy, just as easy as a screw cap, but has the benefit of being a cork as well. Another project that we got involved with you is talking about our shelf edge labels. So these are the labels that you see on shelf. I've just pulled one off here so you can see an example. Obviously on shelf it's sort of on a big piece of stripping. And we asked you what was important, and obviously you said that price was still the most important thing to you, so we've kept that. But it was really useful to hear your feedback of the flags. Quite interestingly, a lot of you said you couldn't see them very clearly, and the descriptions were too small, and it wasn't that important to you. The sliding scale was confusing. So as a result of that feedback, we're now doing a trial in 60 stores where we're changing to a colour-coded labels, and we're trying to put wine by style instead, so that it enables you to find something. If you know you already like a style of wine, rather than looking for a French flag, you can think, oh well, I like a nice fruity Merlot, and here are all these wines of a similar style profile within that area, much more clearly labelled on shelf, and hopefully it could be a success and something we can build on and start to introduce into more stores later on. But again, thank you, it's been really useful to get your feedback. We also did a big review of our fortified range, and that was so interesting to get your feedback on terms of what was missing from the range, what you did and didn't like, your feedback on labels. As you'll see on the blog post, we've changed our vermouth labels, and you fed into that as well. So we offered you a choice of 3 different styles, feeding in to the design brief, what you said about liking the font, the getting across the aromas of the vermouth, and we've taken that on board, and it's really exciting that we'll soon be seeing in stores our new vermouth label. Thank you to you and your input. We're also doing the same with our port, but that will start to appear in the new year. We're just still working with the designers on that, but again, worked on your brief of wanting something that stood out behind the counter a bit more clearly. The font being something that you said looked quite boring and not very interesting. So I hope you'll be pleasantly surprised with the changes that we're introducing there as well. You also said that one of the biggest asks of what you haven't got in the range that we'd like to see was a white port. So we now have, in 400 stores, we have a white port, which is perfect. If those of you that haven't tried white port, it's a great alternative to gin if you want something with white port and tonic. Is a great alternative to try, and something perhaps to give it a go over Christmas, see what you think. Let us know if you're getting a bit tired of gin and we've tried so many styles. So if you want something a little bit different but still a nice refreshing cocktail, plus you can always drink it on its own. In Portugal they often have a glass of chilled white port as an aperitif,